Hey, how are you all? After a long time, I think we are meeting, right? You hope you would have heard the previous avatar, Parshrama avatar, that took quite some time back, I know. You must have learned a lot about Parshrama, right? Okay, now the next one that we are going to hear is Rama avatar. So, there's a lot to tell you about Rama avatar. You know why? It's so long. The story is so long in detail. Now, we have to know one thing. How do you know so much about Ramavatara? Because Valmiki, he wrote Ramayana in Sanskrit in 24,000 slokas. Just imagine, in the Valmiki Ramayana contains 24,000 slokas right from the birth of Rama to the end. So we know about it. What is Ramayanam? Ramayanam, that is Rama's path or Rama's life story. So after that, in Tamil, Kambar wrote Kamba Ramayanam, that we learnt it in Tamil version. So now let us talk about Ramayana. We can say this Ramayana about Ramavatara for months, I can tell you in 2 months also every day. That detail, but anyway, we are not going to have that detail because Rama lived for 11,000 years and we are getting every detail of Rama in all those 11,000 years. Just imagine, oh my God, right? So that you people, this just you learn Ramavatara. Later, when you grow old, maybe you can learn in detail, right? So, he lived in this world for 11,000 years and he set an example as a good son, as a good brother, as a good father, good husband, everything, everywhere he showed how to live in this world. So, to know all this, 30 minutes or 40 minutes is not enough. So what I am going to do is, I am going to make it small parts. See, this is not like the previous avatars. You know about the previous avatars. We learnt the avatar came in a flash of time, completed the work and disappeared. But Rama and Krishna, they were not like that. They lived very long. They did a lot of things. So I am going to tell you in small part. Already the Ramayana is in small parts, divided into small parts only. We can say that Bala gandam, Ayodhya gandam, Kishkinda gandam, like that. So at present we are going to learn about Bala gandam. Bala means small. So definitely it will say about Rama's birth, right? So here we are going to learn about Rama's birth until his marriage. So let's hear Balagandam now. King Dasharatha ruled a beautiful kingdom called Ayodhya. He had a wonderful minister Sumandrar and Kulaguru Vasishta, that is royal family guru. And both had the king to rule the country so well. People in his country were very happy and they lived so peacefully. King Dasharatha had 3 wives, Kaushalya, Sumitra and Kaikeyi, but no children. The king was so sad. Then Guru Vasishtha suggested him to do a Putra Kameshti Yajna. Now you can understand the meaning. Putra means son. Kameshti, your desire to get a son. So you do that Yajna, you will have children. So why only boy? Because Putra means boy, right? Why only boy? Those days, king's son would become king if eligible. Otherwise, the king's dynasty would end, that particular king's dynasty, and some eligible person would be selected by contesting some test, something like that. So now, the king prepared to do the yajna. Do you know where? Oh, the Ayodhya is in north of India, but the yajna was performed in southernmost tip of our Bharat, That place is known as Tirupullani, and the temple, the god is Adi Jagannatha Perumal. The king performed in that temple. The temple is still there, and people go there also to um, to worship. And it is one of the 108 Divya Desams. The Divya Desam I will tell you later once. Now the yajna was performed with so much involvement. So a Purush, a young, beautiful, handsome, I can say handsome man, came out of the fire, Agni, with a nectar, we call it as payasam, in his hand in a beautiful bowl. All the three queens, they consumed their share. Sumitra happened to have two times. Why? Kausalya had she had some payasam and gave it to Kaikeyi. Kaikeyi had some, gave it to Sumitra. Sumitra had some and gave it to Kaikeyi. Kaikeyi had some, still there was a little inside the vessel. So both the queens gave it to Sumitra herself, and she had twice. So what happened, now? Sumitra got two children, two boys, whereas Kaushalya and Kaikeyi got each one boy. Kaikeyi's son was Bharat, Kaushalya's son was Rama, and Sumitra had Lakshmana and Shatrughna. And in total 4 boys, and this Lakshmana was like Rama's shadow, and Shatrughna was like Bharat's shadow. What is shadow? They were together always. That's it. So in total 4 boys, and they grew up so well. It will take months to describe you how the brothers grew up. So let me tell you that they had a wonderful childhood, being king's children. They had all the opportunity to enjoy the life, and all went to the guru, and they learnt everything for which is needed to rule the kingdom, right? So they learnt everything from Guru Vasishta. And Dasharatha usually, he used to ask Rama to come. So Rama used to come. Dasharatha used to enjoy Rama's beauty when he was coming towards him. After that, Rama would be asked to go back. So Rama would go back. Then King Dasharatha used to enjoy the beauty of Rama behind. So, like this, Dasharatha used to ask so many times to Rama to come and go, come and go. But what we people will do, oh, you don't have any other work other than asking me to come and go. What is this? It's not like that. Rama obeyed his father, and he did so many times whenever the father asked him to walk and show. Okay. So this shows about his obedience towards the father. And after that, what happened one day? Now Rama and brothers were 16 years old. So Rama was, we know what is an avatar, right? Avatar is to kill the bad ones and make the good ones to live happily and peacefully. So now the turn must come. You know how the turn came? King Vishwamitra visited the kingdom. That's all. You know now. What is Vishwamitra? An angry sage. This Narada, this Vishwamitra and all, they show their naughtiness or angry just to make something really good. So, it always ends well. So, Dasharatha received him with great honor and politely asked him, "What can I do, Guru?" Then Vishwamitra asked, "Do you give anything I wish?" Oh my God, this is a trap, right? We know it is a trap. Always the king Dasharatha was like that. He used to give. So he used to think, I am a king. What is he going to ask me other than anything that I could give? So thinking, Dasharatha said yes. Without thinking, he said, yes, I can. He readily accepted. So now Vishwamitra says, I am performing great yajna for the welfare of this world. But Rakshasas like Maricha, Subahu, Thataka are all disturbing my yajna. You know how they disturb? The Yaha Kunda, that is the fire. They used to pour ghee to it and they used to perform the yajna. What happens automatically? The fire comes out from the Yaha Kundam and it goes up. On seeing that fire and the smoke going up, these demons, they used to bring non-vegetarian flesh and meat and all and put inside the fire because they all can fly very well, right? So they put. Automatically what happens? The yajna gets spoiled. Like that they spoil my yajna. So I want Rama to come with me and help me. Oh my God. What is this? Rama, Dasharatha, Dasharatha, he was about to faint only because he loved Rama to that extent. He could not even leave him for a day. Then the king said politely again, O sage, Rama is still small. I myself will come with you and help you. Do you think the sage would agree? He came with some other big plan. So he said, no, I want only Rama. Either you send Rama or you tell me that you cannot fulfill your promise. Oh, promise. This promise is a very big problem in those days. People must obey. Whatever the promise they do, they have to keep up. If they don't keep up, they die. They die. So now the king, what to do? Then he was in big dilemma. Then his Kula Guru, right, royal Guru, Vasishta, he told the king, no worries, you send Rama. He would always do good to Rama only. No other choice because he already promised. And Guru also advising. So reluctantly the king agreed and sent Rama and the shadow. Who is the shadow? Lakshmana. So both Rama and Lakshmana, they went with Guru Vishwamitra. Now all the three were walking towards Vishwamitra's ashram. On the way, Vishwamitra was saying so many stories. Even I have mentioned once about the Bhagirath's effort to bring Ganges to the earth in Matsya Avatar. You must have remembered. But I did not tell you in detail. I'll tell you one day later. Now they reached the place. Now the yajna was started. As the fire spreads from Yajnakunta, the Rakshasas were coming running to spoil. The first one was Tataka, a female demon. But both the brothers were so efficient, they killed all the demons who came to disturb. Tataka, then Maricha, Subahu, and so many others. In that, luckily, Maricha escaped. Rama's arrow pushed him somewhere far away, very far away. So he escaped. Then Vishwamitra performed the yajna. Now very well the yajna was performed and all the sages who did that were so pleased. And Vishwamitra was so pleased that he gave both the brothers so many weapons. I know I told you in Parshurama also, just giving weapons is not enough. You have to know how to use it, right? So Vishwamitra taught them all the weapons and everything. Now we have to have one question. How the sages know all this? Naturally, all sages learn everything. They are learners and teachers. So even we can see that Vasishta is sitting in Ayodhya to teach the children everything, right? So it is their duty like that. They are the teachers in those days. And also one more information, Vishwamitra in his early life he was a king. Later he became the sage. So he taught them everything and later he took both the brothers to the north of Bharat. They were walking. They were walking to the north. You know where? They were going to a Kekaya kingdom The capital city of Kekaya kingdom is Mithila. Even now it is known. There is a place in Nepal which is known as Janakpuri. So where the king Janaka was ruling. So he was taking them to that kingdom, and with a purpose. Anyway, we know these sages, they know everything, right? So he was planning something to take these brothers there. On the way, while they were proceeding to Mithila, by accident, Rama's feet touched a stone or a boulder. Oh my God! Immediately, the stone became a beautiful young woman. Oh my God! Rama was so shocked to see that woman, but the woman was worshipping Rama. You know who was she? See, you people must be remembered about that Matsya Avataram, where the sea was churned to get nectar. At that time, so many things came out. Even Lakshmi, goddess Lakshmi came, good horses, so many gems, so many stones, so many things came out. This lady also came out from that ocean. Her name was Agalya or Agalika in Tamil. You know, both Gautama Muni and Indra, this Indra is always like that. Both of them wanted to marry this lady. But this lady, she chose Gautama Muni and she garlanded him, and both got married. Indra was so angry, and he was so disappointed not to get this beautiful lady. So what happened? He tricked Agaligai, and when Gautama was not at home, he came in the disguise of sage Gautama to talk to her. But poor lady, she didn't know all that. She thought it was her husband. But when Gautama knew this, when he returned and when he came to know this, he got so much angry and he cursed Indra. That's one part of the story. Then he scolded Agalika also for not aware of the true one. So he cursed her also to change as a stone. Poor lady. She was begging for pardon. Then sage Gautama said, when Rama's feet touch the stone, you will regain your original human form. So now Rama's feet touched the stone and she became Agalika, the lady. Sage Gautama came and both worshipped Rama and went back. This story is known as Agalika Saba Vimochanam in Tamil. Now they reached Mithila and met the king Janaka in his court. Vishwamitra introduced Rama and Lakshmana. It so happened that day was his daughter Sita's Swayamvaram. I have once mentioned about this Swayamvaram. Actually, the king would select the eligible princes and invite them all for a contest. Before that, they would say every detail of each prince to the girl, and the girl would know about everyone. And then she would be praying for the best person to get victory in the contest. It is like this is known as Swayamvaram. So even King Janaka, he kept a contest or a test. Okay, what is that contest? King Janaka had a bow and arrow which was known as Shivadanusu. It was so old and heavy, and to lift that Dhanusu, 60,000 people were required. This I even told you in Parshuram Avatar. But one day when Sita was playing with her sisters, her ball went below the bow. She just pushed the ball, pushed the bow with her hand and took the ball and ran away. King Janaka noticed this. Oh my God, my daughter is so strong like this, then I have to choose her husband stronger than her. Then he decided to keep a contest only with the Shivadhanus. So he proclaimed, he said, whoever lift this bow in his hand and sting and shoot an arrow will marry Sita. Many princes tried, even Ravana came. I told you about Ravana in Kartavirya Virya Arjuna story also. Very powerful king. Even he tried. Nothing. He could not even move a bit. Then Vishwamitra asked Rama to try it. Rama, such a disciplined student. So what he did? He got up, he bowed down Vishwamitra and then Janaka, and then he went effortlessly. He lifted and stringed it. As he did only, the bow broke. All were very happy. Sita ran to put garland to Rama. That's all. Then what happened? Messengers were sent to Ayodhya to invite and inform about the wedding to King Dasharatha. Dasharatha is so happy because he already knew about Janaka. Now Janaka's all daughters, right? Very good. So in Ayodhya also people were very happy, and king started his journey with his wives, people, Sumantra, Vasishta, everyone. They were traveling to Mithila. Now this Janaka, he had two daughters, and Janaka's brother had two daughters. On the whole, 4 daughters were there in Mithila, and we know that 4 sons were in Ayodhya. So all 4 got married. All 4 brothers got married to all 4 sisters. So Sita got married to Rama, Urmila married Lakshmana, Bharata married Mandavi, and Shatrughna married Shrutakirti. So all 4 got married. Very good feast, happy moments, everything. Now the entire royal family, along with the newly wedded daughter-in-laws, began their journey to Ayodhya. You all know Parshurama, and I briefly told you his meeting with Rama also. Parshurama could not believe that anybody could break the bow of Shiva. Who is Shiva? Shiva was Parshurama's guru. So he got so much angry because the bow belonged to his guru and Rama broke that bow. So he came to Rama very angrily and said, "You broke my guru Shiva's bow. Now I have Vishnu's bow. Now you show your talent with this bow. You sing this bow and show me." He bowed to the Rishi, Parshurama, and then he took the bow of Vishnu, placed an arrow and pointed it and asked the sage for a target. At this point, Parshurama now realized that Rama is Vishnu avatar and he asked Rama to target his pride, his arrogance. He said, from that time, the angry Rishi became the real humble Rishi. He gave up his grandmother's quality of Kshatriya quality, and now he belonged to his grandfather's Rishi quality. So he gave Rama a lot of weapons and he taught him to use them, and then he blessed them all and went to do tapasya. So here finished Parshurama Garvabhangam. Then all returned to the kingdom and lived happily there. Here ends the Bala Gandam. I have given a little bit more information about the Bala Gandam. I could have told you all 4 born and this happened, that happened. But I wanted you all to know a little bit more in detail. But this is not in detail. This is just an iceberg that I have given you. Maybe when you grow up, you may learn more. Oh, God bless you for that. Right? So, this is the end of Bala Gandam. And the next Gandam will be Ayodhya Gandam. That we do in next session or next episode. Until then, have a good time. Bye.